I'm all your baby.
Now you know I got a man. He locked up. If somebody told me that a few months into my relationship, my man would get locked up. He's been locked up now for longer than we was in a relationship before he got locked up.
That's crazy.
It's my 3-year anniversary with Jeff. I done drove all the way to this motherfucking jail. I get to see him in court.
Period.
So I be going to court. Sometimes I fall asleep in there. I just go to breathe his air.
Period.
I'm always on the phone with my baby. Every time you see me on a cell phone, that's what I'm doing.
I miss you. And I love you. I miss you, baby. I miss you. I wish that you could be at home with me and you could put it on me. I miss you.
It's almost like jail like solidified our relationship. Free my baby daddy. When I say free, you say thug. I can't wait till my man come home because you know what? I'm gone. I'm gone. They ain't gotta worry about me.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the Conscious Bae channel. I am your host, the Conscious Bae, and as you can see, we are talking about the topic of thug love with a specific focus on Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug as catalysts for this discussion. And honestly, we can go ahead and insert here Lil Durk and India Royale given the recent news about him. Now, I wanted to discuss this because the idea of thug love in the Black community is so prevalent, and I am so fucking tired. I am so tired. Y'all not tired? Because I'm tired. While we're enamored with the celebrity aspect, we need to consider how young women and girls are often very fucking impressionable and miseducated. And not just academically, but also in terms of street smarts. And I don't think as adults we are considering that they don't have their own spaces anymore. Teen spaces, preteen. We see more and more and more often that they are in adult spaces without fully understanding the complexities of these types of relationships like Young Thug and Mariah, Lil Durk and India, which are constantly in the public eye. So let's talk about thug love. What is thug love? It's a passionate yet complicated relationship, something similar to a Bonnie and Clyde dynamic. It involves a woman who is drawn to a man in the streets with a rebellious spirit and a strong masculine traits. Both partners accept each other for who they are, but also face the challenges that accompany the lifestyle. Now, why would a woman be attracted to a thug? That's my question. Well, I have 8 reasons why. Number 1, evolutionary psychology. A thug often exhibits traits like confidence and risk-taking, signaling genetic fitness and protective qualities, making them more appealing for mating purposes. Number 2, psychological excitement. The thrill of unpredictability and rebellion associated with a thug or a bad boy releases dopamine, creating a pleasurable cycle of attraction for the woman. Number 3, challenges and validation. Some women view thugs as a challenge and feel validated when they win their affection, fostering a deeper emotional connection. Number 4, rebellion against norms. Being with a bad boy or a thug allows women to rebel against societal expectations, offering a sense of liberation and self-exploration. Number 5, media influence. Romanticized portrayals of thugs or bad boys in popular culture shape perceptions, linking them to more passion, more excitement, etc., etc. Number 6, self-esteem issues. Attraction to thugs or bad boys may stem from low self-esteem, leading women to believe they don't deserve healthy relationships and tolerate toxic behavior. Number 7, fear of commitment. The unpredictability of a bad boy aligns with a fear of commitment, providing emotional intensity without long-term expectations. And lastly, number 8, attachment styles. Those with anxious or avoidant attachment styles might gravitate towards a thug or a bad boy, seeking drama or excitement in relationships. Now, let's turn our attention to Young Thug and Mariah. As you all know, Young Thug has been in the spotlight due to his RICO case, facing a lot of charges. And on October 31st, 2024, Young Thug entered a guilty plea addressing charges related to gang activity, drug offenses, and firearms, etc. He is set to be released from jail after accepting a plea deal that includes 15 years of probation with specific conditions. Now, Mariah has been in a relationship with him for a while, and while she's also a successful artist in the music industry, we need to reflect on what this means to love someone facing such intense legal troubles, especially in her position, because girl, look, I don't know, more power to you. But The idea of thug love often revolves around standing by my man, during his incarceration, managing his assets, i.e. Gucci Mane, Keisha, remaining loyal, etc., etc. But at what cost of the woman? Women often find themselves waiting for a man to commit while he's preoccupied with court dates. And it's essential to understand that if a man isn't committed to personal growth, holding on to the situation throughout this challenging period, it won't foster meaningful change. So I'm not trying to project or assume anything as far as their relationship, but you staying down for a man in jail does not automatically mean that he's gonna come out and act right. So you've contributed, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years to this man being in jail, and throughout that time you're pouring into him mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and you're not really getting anything in return. So why? And thug love also, just for the women out there who are just regular citizens, everyday life, it is even more challenging for those women, as it's often harder for men to leave that thug thing, especially if they're felons struggling now to find jobs, which impacts their masculinity, and that all puts the woman at risk for further complications down the line and things that she has to struggle and deal with now. And that's also to be considered. So young women, please be careful when you are choosing a mate, because if you're dealing with someone who has legal issues, that will affect you. He can't find a job. He can't go out here and do certain things. And I'm just keeping it a bean. Of course, in Young Thug's situation, fame and money is different. It's different. But you still have to consider he's still attached to that lifestyle regardless, because that's what he's built his platform on. Similarly to Lil Durk and India's situation, they have children, and that's an extra layer of complexity to it. So leaving your kids to witness their parents navigating challenges that they shouldn't have to endure. So ultimately, this entire dynamic of thug love, it takes a toll on everyone involved. And why not just choose a partner who understands life on a deeper level and the importance of doing things the right way? At some point, we have to grow up as women and recognize that it's not about the fantasy, it's about facing reality and what is the healthiest option for both people's well-being. Especially for you being the woman who has to carry the children and, tend to the family in a feminine way. It's just different for us as women. So we have to really be smart and strategic about the partners that we choose. Now, I wanted to make something very clear, because while we can celebrate the successes of Young Thug, his legal successes, he's not going to jail, whatever, even though there are some people within that camp that, they are going to jail, there is just still this very dark gray cloud under hip hop, and it's a double-edged sword. It definitely honors our culture. It's put us on the map. It showcases our talents, but it continues to be very detrimental in the trickling effects and what it causes in the communities. And when I say karmic retribution, as an artist, getting on a song and talking about, murders and crime and, violence, is just like, that really affects the community in a way where I'm sad that we're still going that route. And I would love for our men and even the women to really hone in on the power that they have, the power of the tongue, and what they're putting out. And I understand that it's a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? But is promoting violence and hoe culture and all of this really worth it? Especially given the karmic retribution aspects. It's not free game. You can't just put stuff out there and not think that it's not gonna come back to you. Like, it just is what it is. And I'm not speaking that on nobody. This is how the shit works, believe it or not. And so back to the women, why would you choose to engage in all of the above? Truly risking your mental and emotional well-being as collateral damage as part of a man's unhealthy lifestyle. We have to be wise enough to want more for ourselves. A part of me feels that this relationship between them is fueled by publicity to keep both of them relevant, especially while he was in jail. But at the same time, the allure of money, power, and access, I know, can drive women to neglect their own needs. So you have to consider that it's not about the glam or the superficial aspects. It's about the true work that is required in a relationship, and whether your partner can actually contribute to that and extend that support, not just to you, but to his friends, his family, your friends, your family, and the community as a whole. So how can we learn from these relationships? I got 3 points. Number 1, know yourself. Understand that what you truly want and what you truly need in a partner are 2 different things. Are you seeking excitement, or are you seeking stability? Because it's easy to get caught up in the superficial bullshit, but at what cost? You have to consider whether or not it's worth it. So know what you want. Number 2, red flags. Pay attention to behaviors that signal instability. If your partner is frequently finding himself in trouble, legal trouble, drama always surrounding him, it may be time to reconsider that relationship for your own safety. And number 3, have a support network. Surround yourself with friends who uplift you and provide honest feedback, because so many of us are surrounded by people who secretly hate us, envy us, who are jealous, who actually want you to fail. So they'll be, supporting you and championing your whole, my man, yeah, hold him down, girl, but secretly wishing for your relationship to fail, secretly wishing that when he come out, he go out here and, start fucking other bitches. Sometimes the encouragement of loyalty in these types of thug love situations can mask a more detrimental mindset and secret intentions behind closed doors. So an outside perspective might be valuable. We don't want to hear what other people have to say. We don't want them in our business, but sometimes people are wiser than you. Sometimes people do have your best interest, regardless of what you think. So keep that in mind. And always remember, you deserve a relationship that adds value to your life, not one that brings chaos. With that being said, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the video. What do you think about thug love? Have you found yourself in a similar situation? Drop the comments below, advice below. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with someone who needs to hear it. Thank you for joining me today. And until the next episode, peace and love.